Well, hello everybody, and it is the Run It Back drop day. If my memory serves me correct, we've had drops on almost every show for the last 3 weeks, I think. I think last week was the Steph drop, the week before that was the LeBron drop. Oh no, sorry, not every week, but some of these weeks. I think some of these weeks I had guests and there was no drop. But anyway, we've had a bunch of drops lately. Um, but today is a drop that many people were looking forward to. I know that Patrick Ewing, when he was on the show, alluded to this drop that they've done a lot of work on. They put a lot of work into Austin and the people over there that do this kind of thing. They curate the really nice stuff as usual. I'm pretty excited personally for that Isaiah Thomas legendary moment. I mean, it's going to be expensive, but I was waiting to see when Isaiah Thomas would be on NBA Top Shot. So it's nice to see him honored on NBA Top Shot. And that was a really impactful game that he is being honored with as his Top Shot debut. So that's cool to see. It's also really cool to see that there's going to be in-game audio. It's not going to be the announcers, but it's going to be the fans. And I think that in itself is actually a really cool thing to listen to. I think, if memory serves me correct as well, that the Breakaway, the NHL product, has that, and it's very cool to listen to. So I think that's really awesome, and I hope to see more of that. I hope they can do it moving backwards for the moments that they've already released. I hope they can start integrating some of that as well, because I think that that is a lot of a better experience than just hearing the same old music, right? Although maybe some of you want to hear that music. I don't know. Nothing against you guys. But we got our only Tans in the chat. I see some of you in here. Top Shot Hot Shot needs to get a shout out because he says, I need this chill music. So the battle between the haves and the have-nots when it comes to we must have or you must not have the 5-minute introductory music, he gets it. Top Shot Hot Shot says, I need this chill music. And he definitely needs the chill music. Because Top Shot Hot Shot, if you've been following him on Twitter, he's been Top Shot Angry Shot around NFL all day. He's been leading the charge of complaining about what's going on NFL all day, and I'm pretty sure it has something to do with this. Green Curry asked, how many people are in queue for the legendary? So that's a good question. I will go and bring that up right now. Maybe we can go look together. Let's take a look. Let's see, packs. And let's take a look. Here's the legendary pack. price tag of $999. Each pack has 1 legendary, 3 rares, and 6 commons. Let's go take a look. So the drop is happening right now, and I must say, like, the website interface, everything looks so good on Top Shot. I must say, like, I am a simp for how good everything looks and feels on Top Shot. The UI is just always being improved. It just looks super cool. It even has this like trim around. They've made this cool little like graphic for the pack drop. It's telling you how many are available. It's telling you that you have unlocked this pack, which I thought was kind of surprising to me, actually, that I unlocked a legendary pack. I don't have a very strong Top Shot score, but then I look down and it says your requirement is a 0 Top Shot score or total drop score. So there you go. Um, but let's go take a look. It looks like it's going to sell out. There's only 76 left out of 980. Let's see how many people are in line for. So I could go buy this for $1,000 if I wanted to, but I don't want to spend $1,000 today. So I'm going to back out of there like Grandpa Simpson. So there you go. That's what's going on for the legendary drop. Let's see what else we got here. SF City's asking, are these are silent moments? Well, in some way, they have always been silent moments, plus the Muzak. But now the Kawhi and the Dame, I think, are going to have sound from the actual game, from the actual arena, from the actual fans in attendance. So that will be cool. It will be different. Seattle's Finest, I joined late to see how many were in line, and I was 501. Well, that's a little confusing then, Seattle's Finest, because I just joined, as you saw, and there were 4 people in front of me. So some people are going to be able to round trip and go in multiple times to buy these legendaries. Do you remember when that other guy bought like 50 legendary packs, the Top Shot 50? That was fun. Bleezy's here. Hello, Bleezy. How are you? And Seattle says everyone just left the line after joining the queue. Good for them. And Seattle's Finest was in here during the countdown saying, stop buying packs. So, I miss you too, Bleezy. So I feel like it's one of those things again where the Top Shot community, we came from a certain perspective of how this all should work. And it's all on chain. And by the way, it appears as if packs are going to be for sale on the marketplace from person to person on chain. I think this is one instance where Roham said, hey, look out for it. It's coming soon. And it looks like it's going to be true, because yesterday, the Top Shot account, I think, said, hey, if you know how to look through a blockchain, go take a look. And some people who are smarter than me looked through it, and they saw that you could list packs and you could build your own packs, which I think you can do in all day as well. So in this case, Roham was right. Roham. Right. So that's the story there. So we have the legendary packs for sale right now. We also have the common packs, and the common packs have a circulation of each moment of just 4,500, which is not a lot, but there are a lot of moments. I didn't actually add them all up, but there's a ton of moments. I mean, when you see that, no disrespect to players like Nene and Malik Monk, but there's a lot of players at kind of that level on the common pack listing of players, including Tony Allen. That's another Top Shot player that I think it's his debut, a Celtics great, Tony Allen. But there aren't too many crazy hits in the common packs. I think you have that 3% chance, though, still of getting a rare, and you have that like 0.15% chance at hitting a legendary. So those were $15, these common packs, for 6 moments. There also are burn boards right now, leaderboards. It's good to see the leaderboard burning going on. It's always good to see that. I think I, like many of you, would love to see it even broader, applied even more broadly, because a lot of these number one serial boards, it's basically just some whale steps in, burns a bunch of crap. And sometimes the Top Shot score on that stuff is like so high because they got in so early, right? And that's why some people get left feeling bitter, like Judas J Metz. They like to call him Judas J. He bitter because people like Cute Nick and whoever else, had a easier time at all this than the rest of us. Jumpshoot is writing a whole bunch of things in the chat. People want the packs, not the moments inside. It's a trap. Nene slander. Whale boards, not leaderboards. Well, listen, my point is Nene, great player. If you don't care about values of your moments, if you're like Jen Sudo, if you watched last week's episode, she doesn't care that much about what her NFTs are worth. If you're like that, well, then have at it. Get whatever you want. Get the cheap stuff, get the fancy stuff. If you just collect to collect, then good for you. But the thing that pours gasoline onto the fire of NFTs, including NBA Top Shot and NFL All Day and UFC Strike and crypto kitties and whatever else, is the speculation side of things. And it will always be that. It will never be any different. It's the same thing with physical cards. And so that's always going to be a part of it, basically. And if that's totally absent, then then it doesn't grow. People buy physical packs because of the chase, because they see the rip on Twitter, the person's hand shaking as they unveil an autograph card with 16 NBA Hall of Famers. And you think to yourself, holy crap, imagine if that was me. Imagine what that is worth in its beautiful little plastic encasing 10 out of 10 PSA score. I didn't give a crap about this stuff, by the way, before like Top Shot brought me back into looking what was going on physical cards, by the way. And I still don't buy them or anything, but it is interesting. I do kind of enjoy watching that stuff. Perfect Cereal is here. Hello, Perfect Cereal. Green Curry just pulled the Cat Rookie Rare in his first archive pack. That's what we like to hear, Green Curry. You have a luck streak going. Last week, or the last time, you pulled the LeBron, was it? You pulled the LeBron, and now you're pulling rares out of your common pack. So you are hitting 3% shots like it's your job. So congratulations, Top Shot, Hot Shot. I got one archive pack from Burning. If you want to open later on my cell phone, though, if that ruins it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't ruin it. I can. It might be a little. You're gonna have to be kind of techie to know what to tap on your phone to make it work, though. But I can send you a link to join if you wanna open that. So I will do that while I'm talking. Seattle's Finest says, "What happened to Metz? How come he's never on the show anymore?" Metz is still out there. I mean, he's still he does come on the show sometimes, not as often. Him and Ben were coming on the show like every week for a little while. But it's since been once in a while, not as often. Metz is a smart guy, but I feel like every show was kind of seemingly the same as the previous one, and I wanted to get some new voices and some new opinions out there. So that's what that was about. But no, I still talk to Metz, and I still I'm trying to type and talk, and I still talk to him, and he'll come on again. So I'm just going to message Top Shot Hotshot the link. So if he wants to join on his phone, there is that. Green Curry says, very upbeat music with the pack opening experience. Well, I like to hear that, Green Curry. Perfect Cereal says, I skipped on the packs, and Alexo says, rip it. So I sent the link to Top Shot Hotshot. If he can figure it out on his phone, we will rip it. So let's see what else is going on. Yeah, I guess we could talk a little bit about NFL All Day, even though I don't collect on All Day, but I am keeping myself aware of like what's going on somewhat. And there was an interesting thread by the Jolly Joker himself, TJ Lasik of Own the Moment. And he kind of breaks down after interviewing a bunch of people through Twitter or just collecting feedback of what he felt were the issues around NFL All Day. And so here are his 3 high-level themes. Supply and demand is misaligned, causing depressed market values. Gamification has not been engaging, and unhappy with lack of communication. So then he breaks it all down. One of his main points, though, which we've also said like 2 years ago, is that if supply is such an issue, then why are things selling out? And unfortunately, that is true. But as I've also said 100 times, you have to be custodians of your community. You sometimes you know better than your community knows. It's like when my son wants to eat chocolate and it's 20 minutes before dinner, I am the custodian in that situation. And I say, son, you're not going to eat chocolate. It's not good. It's not a good idea. I know it's going to taste good, but it's not a good idea. You can't have the chocolate now. And I think that in some regard, when you have like a community on Twitter that's very active and you know what happens to marketplace values and things like that, you have to keep that in mind. So you can sell out packs every day of the week, potentially, but is that good for your greater ecosystem? And I think that pretty much is the biggest item here, the only item that really matters, in my opinion. Because gamification doesn't matter very much if the marketplace is out of whack. And TJ says the maximizing for pack sales is great for short-term revenue. Increasing revenue gives the team runway to continue building, but it's coming at the expense of long-term ecosystem sustainability. And in some ways, there's a misalignment of perceived demand versus actual demand. So there you go. There you go. That's what's going on NFL all day. So I think Top Shot Hot Shot's here. So Top Shot Hot Shot, what I want you to do is you should have a button that says present. Click that or tap that on your phone and see if you can somehow share your mobile browser and then bring it all up. And when that looks ready to go, I'll bring you on. So Bood Budavan, right? Hopefully I'm getting it right. Thoughts on the Dame trade? Will Grayson Allen 60K pump? Absolutely. You guys need to go to NBA Top Shot right now and buy all the Grayson Allen 60Ks that you can. Sweep that floor. Buy all of the Grayson Allen 60Ks. My thoughts on the Dame trade? I mean, it very well could make the Bucks better than they were last season. I mean, you're pretty much giving up on the defensive side of the ball and getting back the offensive side of the ball. But it really felt like the Bucks needed a shooter, a scorer, a playmaker, because Giannis can't just put his shoulder down and tackle people. Or actually, he can, because the NBA refs let him do it. But adding Dame Lillard, in my opinion, makes the Bucks better. Maybe that's not exactly a hot take. There are questions, though, about how deep they are and how much this affects them on defense. And my thoughts right now is the biggest Milwaukee Bucks fan of all is nowhere to be found during like the best news the Bucks have had since they won the NBA championship. And that's right. I'm talking about Judgy. Where is Judgy during all of this? I feel like we have to summon him with the handshake video.
So I appreciate it. Yeah, man, that was an awkward fist bump. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Just gonna clip that. It's gonna go viral. Jesus Christ. No, I appreciate it. It was weird.
Yeah, we love it. Jumpshoot asks, how have you not talked about penguins yet? To the moon, Pudgy penguins. You know, that is a good point. Jumpshoot, thank you for bringing that up. Pudgy penguins is one of the only NFT projects, perhaps the only NFT project that is actually making some kind of tangible good that Joe Public might actually go out and purchase. And apparently the NFT holders, they get some kind of small percentage off those sales. And I always thought the Pudgy Penguins were like very overpriced, in my opinion. They were like 5 Ethereum and they still are. I think they're even more than that. But they've done really well. So what's the excuse for all these other NFT projects, as LG Doucette said on Twitter? And he's not wrong. All these other projects that took in tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. And what did they show for it? They purchased cool parties with amazing decoration in New York. And you went there and you drank your orange juice and vodka and had a great time. And that's what you got for it. You know, I don't think that's the real spirit of NFTs. And so congratulations to that Pudgy Penguin team for what is a success. All right. So So Top Shot Hotshot is here. He says, it says I'm backstage. I'm not seeing a screen share option. Well, I'll add you on here, Top Shot Hotshot, even though I was waiting to see if you would have a button that would show backstage. You hit that button and it shows something. So let me see. If I add you now, are you seeing a button now? If you see a button, we'll try to get you on. But if not, we'll just give up.
All right,
So let's
sounds
see
good.
what else we got. All right. So do you see a share button anywhere now, or present? That should be a present button. And I'm going to keep reading the comments while you try to figure that out. So Seattle says it's all Dapper products. They're all putting out too many packs based on current user base. All pack drops should be limited to 1 or 2 packs per user. Well, I think it's obviously this balance between hitting your revenue goals, hitting your goals imposed on you by your partners, and keeping a happy customer base. And obviously that's a lot harder than any of us can imagine. But there was one example of this recently that I saw, and it's so rare. I didn't look too closely into it, but there was an email that I received. As someone who is an affiliate of So Rare, I get to get a little insight, and I probably anyone can get this insight on how they are doing their next season, and they are cutting down drastically on the number of the circulation of their so-called commons and or rares and whatever else. So it's interesting to see that So Rare can do that and doesn't seem to be hurting them. However, I think So Rare has that backstop of like a huge, massive European football crowd, whereas All Day, Top Shot, etc. do not. So they can sort of experiment more, in my opinion, on the NBA and MLB product if they feel like it. So Top Shot Hotshot is back, but I have a feeling this isn't going to work. But try to find the present button, Top Shot Hotshot. If not, then it's all right. We tried. So let's see what else we got here. Boston base. Dame, son, where'd you trade this? Jumpshoot says Bucks and 6. Ginobili Source asks, where is PPE? I don't know. Where is PPE? Stan loves the fist bump. Epic says that Judge is gone. And Ginobili says maybe Poker Pro Eric has a girlfriend, but guess what? Then Poker Pro Eric appears in the comments like Batman. The bat signal was sent out, and there is Poker Pro Eric. So Poker Pro Eric says, "What's up, Tandy? Hi from the Gulf Clyde now." I don't know what that means, but it sounds great. And say hello to Brian for me. He wants to join Top Shot. Hello, Brian. You can join Top Shot. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. All right. Yum, yum, Brian. Ice cream so good. Boston Base says, So Rare has last year's stock too. That's a good point about So Rare, actually. It's that the stuff you buy in the previous series or season is by default not as valuable. I mean, unless you're buying like the one of ones, which basically no one's competing with you anyway. But if you're buying the rares, anyone who buys the newer version of those rares is going to have a percentage point more of score than you are for owning the same player. So it's kind of a clever tactic to make people continually buy every series, or at least understand that they're going to get less of an impact holding the previous year's player card. It's there. It's there if you're interested in basketball fantasy stuff. And Poker Pro says, I'm not bragging. I only have one friend. And Stan Love says, So Rare limited next year's mint numbers quite a lot, which is smart. And everyone who wanted a Lego pack just bought one. They were sitting there for a while. Yikes. Top Shot Hotshot says, need an extension. Cheap ass Google Pixel phone can't handle the StreamYard. That's all right, Top Shot Hotshot. We tried. You could just rip it and tell us what you get. That works too. So we talked about NFL All Day, TJ Lasix's thread. We talked about NFL All Day. Yes. And we also talked about So Rare. That came into the conversation. And let's see what else we have today for you fine folks. These packs obviously are on sale. Throw a 1 in the chat if you bought a pack. Throw a 0 in the chat if you did not buy a pack or don't intend to. We talked about Damian Lillard. We talked about the Judgy being nowhere to be found. We didn't talk about Miami Heat fans being salty, including Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero. Jimmy Butler's like, you gotta investigate Giannis. And Tyler Hero's like, investigate Giannis. But then 2 hours later, he's like, by the way, I'm gonna buy a Damian Lillard Bucks jersey because I'm from Milwaukee. Cool, bro. Anyway, I definitely will enjoy the Heat not getting Dame Lillard because they were so pumped to get him. So apologies, Stan Loves, and apologies, the other Heat fans in the chat. But I enjoy the Heat taking L's. All right. So Ginobili Soros, maybe this is the alpha move. He put offers on the moments that he wants their Stan Loves. Not happy with me. Listen, all roads go through Miami for the Eastern Finals, do they not? Or do they go through the Knicks? Because as far as I know, Patrick Ewing has not had any ice cream yet. He did have donuts the other day, though, so I don't know if this still counts to be like a healthier, shapelier man. But as far as I know, he has not been eating ice cream. And does that mean all roads actually go through Madison Square Garden? AKA MSG? AKA the ingredient that they put in your Doritos to make you keep eating the food that is bad for you, or the Chinese food to make something taste good that's actually otherwise wouldn't be that good. Have you ever thought about that? And talking about MSG, as I said, Miami and its fans are very salty right now. In every season, it's like, oh, Miami is the front runner to land this big free agent. But they don't land the free agents, do they? Who's the last big free agent that the Heat landed? I don't know. I get like 3 hours of sleep a night lately because of my daughter, so I definitely don't know. But if you can name a big name free agent that has gone to the Heat in recent years, let me know. Oh, we got a sticker. We got a sticker. Thank you, Jump Shoot. Ice cream so good. Yum, yum. Yes, yes, yes. Ice cream so good. Thank you, Jump Shoot. There's TJ Lasik. See, his ears were burning. Someone DM'd him. He's like, TJ, they're talking about you. Get on the stream. Get in the chat. But TJ, I liked your thread. I mean, it's basically what we've been talking about in more or in different language for a long time. It's kind of always been the same thing, hasn't it? It's either like you can only innovate so much. At the end of the day, if you're selling a product, you need people to buy that product. And if it's a marketplace, you need a healthy number of people who are buying and not just selling. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Jump Shoot, rubbing it in. Actually, Jeb says Heat will probably still beat the Celtics. I mean, Jeb, I want to argue with you, but recency bias tells me you're right. They'll beat the Celtics because they just did. Bossa Base, though, he's coming guns a-blazing. The Heat will beat us at sucking. The Heat will get Embiid, says actually Jeb. See, that would be a big change in terms of big free agents going to the Heat. Jump Shoot says Lowry was a big free agent. Was he a big free agent? I don't know. Seattle says the Knicks suck. Oh, there you go. TJ says, was I talked about? I did not know that if true. Oh, there you go, TJ. I thought you showed up because I was talking about you. But yes, I was talking just about your thread about NFL all day. That's why your ears are warm. What else do we have to cover tonight, or for me today for you? Any other Top Shot related or Dapper related or NBA related, or should we just jump right into a tangential? Because I got some tangentials. Boston Base says, is this one of those episodes where Tandy just reads the chat? Pretty much, Boston Base. You see, it takes planning to get a guest on the show. Sometimes a nice guest just randomly happens upon the show, like yourself, Boston Base. You know, we had fun, but sometimes they don't. And then this gives a chance to the chat to get all their comments on stream. Because if you might not notice it, but when I'm talking to somebody, like last week, we had a lovely chat with Jen Sudo. I can't be looking at the chat the whole time. That's way too difficult. Budavane says, I said Budavane again. It's not. It's Badavine. Badavine says Hassan Whiteside was a big free agent. Well, tall. He was a tall free agent. That's true. Jumpshoot says Embiid is not heat culture. I don't know. Stan, what do you think? Is Embiid heat culture? Perfect Cereal asks, where is Drew Holiday going? I don't know. Hopefully the Celtics, but I don't think we have anything to give up for him. But I think he's a very undervalued star right now because he is a seriously strong defensive player. Alexa says, we are the content. Exactly. Got to give Alexa a drop.
We love the community.
Lowry is heat culture, says Ginobili-saurus. Green Curry bought 2 archives, and we already know he hit a rare. Boston Base with a nice donation there. He says, Tandy isn't the worst. Thank you, Boston Base. I just look in the mirror now, and I feel good. I look like this. That's me. That's me looking at your comment right now. So thank you for such a lovely comment from Boston Base. I appreciate that. And what else? Stan Love says, I don't want Embiid. We need a starting point guard and power forward. Green Curry says, looks like no one is buying these legendaries on the marketplace. So does that mean we got to pull up the marketplace to see what's going on? Alexo is happy about the drop. Jumpshoot, hashtag community. Boston Base, you're welcome. And Top Shot Hot Shot says, she crap pack as usual. But did you get Nene or Malik Monk? That's the question.
She.
All right. So what we can do now is go look at the marketplace and see what some of these new moments are going for. If you want to get your hands on a Bojan Bogdanovic, it's $2. A Serge Ibaka is $2. A Kyle Lowry is $1. A Ricky Rubio is $2. A Josh Hart is $2. Colin Sexton $2. Raymond Felton $2. So who's the chase card among the commons? Is there one? I'm looking. Tony Allen, $1. His Top Shot debut is a Grizzlies moment. Oh, the humanity. We got Deron Williams for a couple bones. Nene, that was my moment, $2. Anthony Simons with the rookie year moment, that's $2. Al Horford, $2. Derrick Jones Jr., $2. LaMarcus Aldridge, $2. All right, I'm sensing a theme here. Let's go and look at the Run It Back archive. Jeez, can't type today. Run It Back. Where's the no? Okay. Archive, excuse me. Common archive. Here we are, 2014. Let's look at who is the high. So there you go. There's your chase card, Malik Monk. There you go. If I had gotten that Malik Monk, I'd be sitting pretty, apparently. Now let's go look at the rares or the legendaries. Should we do the legendaries? Let's do the legendaries. I know that's what everyone wants to look at. Let's look at the legendaries. Let me try to catch up on the comments. Boston Base is trying to bid on an IT. Alexo asks, what are my thoughts on the Kevin James memes? I like them, Alexo. I'll be honest. I like the little sheepish smirk in the kitchen. I think it's pretty funny. Let's see. Tandy Ginobili asks, what did you cook this week? We need photos. All right. So now I guess we want to talk about cooking because last week I asked Jen Sudo how many pots she owned, and she doesn't own a lot of pots. And I was very horrified to hear this. But you know what I made this week, Ginobili-saurus? I'll tell you a staple in my household, which is a spaghetti bolognese. A spaghetti bolognese meat sauce, not that hard to do. The secret is you got to let it cook on a low heat for a long time and stir it up. And when you see like the oil separating from the meat into the sauce, that's when you know it's going to taste good. Manja. Bolognese so good. Yes, yes, yes. And it's not that hard to make. Onion, garlic, oil, fry up that meat. Get a big can of tomatoes, throw that over that, mix it up, throw a little tomato paste, maybe a little flavor cube in there, those chicken flavor cubes, a little bit of water, and then boil that and stir it. You're good. So there you go. Let's see. Perfect Cereal says, run it back and archive sets were a miss this year. Oh, it's so soon to call them a miss. I guess let's go look at the prices, shall we? Matt Roth smoked many blunts with Tony Allen. Really, Matt? That's impressive. Top Shot says, you go to OSU, Matt Roth? I guess he must have. Boston Base bought the IT for $666. There you go. Let Tandy cook, says Jumpshoot. And congrats, Boston Base. And Matt Ross says, no, I went to see you. I smoked with him a few times in LA. There you go. So we have an OnlyTan in the chat who has smoked marijuana with Tony Allen. Where else do you find this stuff? So here we go. Let's look at the legendaries. So price of the pack was $999, and it included a legendary, a couple of rares, and 6 commons. Dirk Nowitzki is your top chase card at the moment at 1,241. Then you got Giannis. Then you got Clay. Then you got Kyrie. And now we're right around the price of the pack. We got Devin Booker. We are now under the price of the pack. Derrick Rose, Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Nikola Jokic, Harden, Isaiah Thomas, Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine, Russell Westbrook again. That's weird. James Harden again. And Aaron Gordon. So there you go. Aaron Gordon is your lowest priced moment in the legendary pack. It's pretty cool though. Was that draft footage? What was that? I don't know what that was. No, he must have come out to the slam dunk contest like this, I guess. Anyway, so there you go. Those are your legendaries. Now let's look at your rares real quick. Run it back. Let's look at your rares. Where are we? Here we go. Run it back. Origins. Your top rare in the pack was a Shea SGA. So that is under the pack price, but not by much, by about $15. Then it's Jamal Murray, Laurie, Ben Simmons near the top. Is Ben Simmons near the top? Ben Simmons is above Karl Anthony Towns and Domantas Sabonis and Bam and Trae Young. And Malcolm Brogdon is the bottom of the barrel. Poor Malcolm Brogdon. But that's just for now. We know that these prices are sometimes volatile. So who knows what will happen next. But let's keep on looking over here. So Alexa says the price changed since you loaded the page. Yeah, that's why that happened. And Boston Base wants the SGA. My advice to you, Boston Base, is let it chill for a little while. Come back in like 3 weeks and you'll probably be able to get yourself a deal. Alexa says it's because he was the rookie of the year. Ah, that makes sense, Alexa. Thank you. Thank you for checking my facts. Boston Bay says, no, I cannot wait. I need it now. It's my money and I want it now. Isn't that J.G. Wentworth? Good commercial. Let's see what else we got, guys. We're at 40 minutes. We can do some tangentials. I feel like there's a couple tangentials to discuss this week. And Ginobili Star says, I spent too much time talking to Jen Sudo. Now I am mispronouncing NBA players' names. You know what? It's also partly due to the fact that I am sleep training my daughter right now. And so my brain is not working very well because I'm getting woken up by screams like 3 or 4 times per night. And that's been shitty. So Alexa says, we need a fact check drop. I don't think I have a fact check drop. I have, do I have anything like that? I don't think so. I don't know.
Stinky!
That has nothing to do with it at all.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyways, we got a couple tangentials. If you guys, I got to educate you guys on some things happening right now. So let me, let's run the drop. Where is it? There we go. All right, so I'm actually trying to find it as I talk to you guys, but there are some interesting things cooking in the world of Meta, or as we like to call it, Facebook. And I thought that, if you're not aware of this stuff, you might as well get aware of it now. So the first thing is, this guy apparently is a popular podcaster named Lex Friedman. I don't watch his podcast, but there he is. And in this video, he is wearing a headset and he's talking to Zuckerberg, who is also wearing a headset, and it looks like this. So it's
avatar
basically
them to make them
a 3D Zoom call with dark backgrounds and I don't know. But apparently Lex Friedman said this was just like looking at someone in real life and he was really excited about it. I don't know. I have had trouble with this idea since the beginning, since people were talking about metaverse stuff. What you don't see is both of these two men wearing big, sweaty or whatever headsets with cords hanging down the side of their neck, plugged into an outlet. That's the part you don't see. And that's the part that just feels so unrealistic to me. And even with like the Apple stuff too, I don't really see myself or the general public using this stuff in the real world. So that's that one. And then there was this thing. Let's see if okay, here it is. Hold on, let's pause. This is the other thing that Zuckerberg showed off today. And I guess he showed off other things too, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But these are some pretty normal looking glasses. And Facebook is doing a collaboration with Ray-Ban, and you're going to be able to smart translate and like look at updates and whatever else and live stream through your glasses on Meta. Because we all watch live streaming on Meta, don't we, folks? And that is really cool, I think, because I thought that this was like the future when they did the Google Glass stuff, and it was so awkward. I don't know if any of you tried it out. I bet Alexo did. Um, but I tried out the Google Glasses once at a trade show, and it was really uncomfortable. And it seems as if these ones are different, and it's like exactly what you're looking at through your eyes, and you're not like looking up into the corner of your eyes, which was really uncomfortable, which is what I did at that trade show with the Google Glasses. And I thought to myself, this won't catch on because you're looking at this tiny little text and you're hurting your eyeballs looking in the corner. So if these look as the same way that you're looking at anything, but you can like translate things and identify things, I think that will have some kind of a use case. But it does creep me out a little bit, the fact that people will be able to use these kind of glasses and potentially use them in unscrupulous ways. Um, even someone said here, live looting, jump shoot, hashtag live looting. So Seattle's Finest disagrees with me. He says the new Apple VR glasses look amazing. I will buy them for sure. There's something about the VR glasses that I think is super cool, which is the spatial video playback. Like that's super cool, especially like when you get older, let's say, and you record a bunch of stuff with your phone now that is spatial. And when you're old, you'll be able to put on that headset, and by then it'll be even better. And you'll be able to relive those memories like you're there. That part is definitely cool to me. I think recording all that and watching it's still awkward, but I can understand that aspect of it. And also maybe watching like a movie in a massive, huge screen, even though you're still wearing this like sweaty thing on your head that weighs a whole lot. That's the part that still I don't think it's going to be such a good time. I mean, maybe some of you are like VR experts in here and you can tell me that it's actually super cool. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. So Jumpshoe saying I should have played the tangential drop for Jen. It's a good one. Yeah, that's true. I kind of scared Jen with the drops. That's true. I did. And Boston Base says it's an easy way to get robbed. Boston Base is buying things. He just bought the SGA for $75. And Boston Base says Apple VR is mad expensive. I never use my Oculus. It's asocial. Do you mean antisocial or asocial? I don't know what asocial is. And isolating. Yeah. But what if you could put on your Oculus and watch a stream like this and then see all the comments coming down the side? But I still think it's a little awkward to me just to be completely like boxed in to some kind of headset that you put over your head and is like totally isolates you from your household. That's the part that I think is so strange to me. Okay, I didn't know what asocial is. I know what asexual is. I don't know what asocial is. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, there's something that just doesn't add up to me. Whereas when we talked about this like a year ago and someone was talking about Strat is here. Strat, if you have some packs, jump on. where someone was saying like, "Oh no, the metaverse is the same thing as using your laptop right now. It's the same thing. Like we're in the metaverse right now." Well, sure, but it feels more detached. Like I definitely think it's cool that we can jump on a stream software and we can all just connect like this, collect and connect. But I think that if I have to put on a helmet, it's a level beyond what I'm comfortable doing. That's just my take. Maybe it'll be different in the future. But congratulations to Zuck. You're looking swole AF, Zuck. You're looking mad swole, bro. All right. What else we got in here? Strad opened his pack. What did you get, Strad? Sir Wiggleton is here. Can I watch? I can watch the stream and see the comments at the same time already. Yeah, but Sir Wiggleton, what if you could wear a helmet? Hmm? Coffee says, let's effing go, Tandy. Missed you, buddy. Where's your FT account? Are you talking about friend token? See, I'm in a Discord with Coffee Attack, and these guys are talking about friend token, but I have never paid it any mind. So when I see those updates come on my phone talking about friend token, I am completely in the dark. So if I should be paying attention to friend token, I suppose Coffee Attack, you'll have to tell me. But I don't know if I'm comfortable diving into friend token. I know nothing about it. The other thing that's interesting though is there's another NFT project which is doing kind of what I talked about previously, which was like linking together the physical and the digital. Someone mentioned it. Oh, friend tech, excuse me, tech. Yeah, friend tech, not a security. There is it starts with a C, and of course now I can't remember what it is, but someone mentioned it in the chat. It's this thing where you can rip NFTs of physical items. So like they have the physical Pokemon cards in a storage facility, and when you rip the NFT, you are getting the ownership of that physical item via an NFT. And that, my friends, makes a whole lot of sense. And that makes sense because that's like what the NFT use case should be. So like right now, where we talk about NFTs, they're pretty much just like, in terms of Top Shot, they're just like fun collectibles, and people have like a fractional share of a collectible, let's say, and they can sell their share at the price that the bidder decides to spend. However, in this case, it's literally a representation of a physical card. And like I said, and like I'll say forever, this is what Top Shot should be doing. There should be super cool Panini, or maybe not Panini because they're in hot water now, but like a Panini Superfractor Prism, whatever, cat's butthole moment, and that gives you access to the real Superfractor cat butthole card that you could get if you wanted to, or you could just own that piece of ownership, which like is the same thing, and it's stored in a storage locker somewhere. That is, to me, what a big part of what makes NFTs so special. And if you're not paying attention to the physical stuff, but on Twitter, if you follow Eric Whiteback, who has been on the show, which by the way is an alias apparently, but if you follow Eric Whiteback, the same way that Tandy is not my birth name, but wouldn't it be weird, and no disrespect to Eric Whiteback, but wouldn't it be funny if my name on here was like, I don't know, Brian Rodriguez, but then that was actually my alias? I don't know. There's something funny about that. Anyway, but yeah, of course I'm not Brian Rodriguez. You get the point. Or maybe I could be Brian Rodriguez. I don't know. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Dónde están los aliens? Last week, ellos entraron no su restaurante. So I can't. It's been too long since I just spoke Spanish. I'm combining the Portuguese. But Brian Rodriguez would definitely be concerned about those ancient aliens, those Mexican aliens, is what I'm trying to say. Is that racist? I hope not. Anyway, as I was saying, that product's cool. And now I don't remember whatever the hell else I was talking about. So here we go. Let me go back to the comments. That'll help me. He got an Anthony Simons rookie, but it's $3, says Strad. Alexo is trying to buy a Brogdon. And Jumpshoot said, what if we could taste the ice cream so good? Well, now you're talking, Jumpshoot. Now you are talking. Boston Base outbid Alexo's ass on that Brogdon. Coffee Attacks asks, what is going on with Judgy? He has gone silent on the Twitter and X streets. Coffee Attack, this is like a topic every week. I bring this up every week. I say, where is our friend Judgy? Where in the world is Judgy? I try to put his picture up thinking that that's going to bring him back, but I don't know what he's doing. I think he's just living his life in Las Vegas, probably dating girls that are totally not street workers. Let's see what else we got. Jumpshoot says HRO cards. Coffee Attack says $300 packs sold out in 30 seconds. Pokemon RWAs are red hot. What are RWAs? Can someone tell me what that platform is called? Jumpshoot, they're partnered with DC. Ryan, a lot of people in NFT world gone silent. Coffee Attack. Coffee says, not our boy Tandy. That's right. I'm in these streets, guys. We are talking every week. It doesn't matter what it's about. I got to bring you all together. What's going to happen if I just disappear and all the other content creators disappear? It's not as fun just to talk on Twitter. Ryan asked, what did Panini do? I think they're getting sued by the WWF. I think they got sued by some other, the NFL or something, like doesn't want to work with them. I don't know if it's Panini. I'm probably miscombobulating every story into one, but I know that the WWF or the WWE is dissolving their relationship with Panini. So there you go. Let's see what else. Panini has it now with crafting. Boston Base says, what am I saying? Weisberg says, well, technically, actually, says Weisberg, actually, just kidding. Technically, Top Shot could partner with Fanatics, who owns Topps and has partnered to own most of the classic card market, but Fanatics pretty clearly hates Web3. That's right. They sold off their stake in Web3 stuff. But you're right. That would be great if they did partner with Fanatics and did exactly what I'm saying, because that's what's going to bring us to the moon, baby. Stan Love says, simp. All right, I got to, if you're going to start out with let's simp, then I got to give you a let's simp.
Let's simp.
Let's simp.
Let's simp.
Let's simp. Let's simp. Let's simp.
And Love says, simp. I won a custom-made Austin Reeves cardboard card from the Lakers Discord. The dude made it in Hawaii, and it looks sick. He made it in Hawaii? I mean, he could have made it in like a New Jersey bus station, but that's cool that he made it in Hawaii, and congrats to you. Let's simp. Boston Bay says, I missed my shot with Austin Reeves because I had a boyfriend at the time. I don't know what's going on in the chat right now. Louis is here. Yes, says Louis. Yes, thank you, Louis. Jumpshoot says, wait, your name isn't Tandy? No, as I said, Jumpshoot, it is Me llamo Brian Rodriguez. Seattle says we missed the judge. Ginobili says PPE has better photos of the judge. Coffee says real world assets. Okay, but what is the name? There we go. Courtyard. There it is. Ryan says Tandy is a name from a TV show. His real name is Bruce Wayne. That's right. Boston Bay says World Wildlife Foundation. Yeah, the one with the panda. Weisberg says Panini and Topps are suing each other. Okay, but isn't WWE also suing them? Panini got dropped from the NFL and NBA. There you go. You see, the chat is more educated than I am. I come on here, I start spouting stuff. The chat corrects me. That's what we do here. That's why we love the chat. Coffee says, once a PSA 10 Luka becomes an NFT, which one would you rather own? That one or Luka Top Shot debut? Well, the question is, which Luka are we talking about? There's like 10,000 Luka cards. That's kind of one of the drawbacks of the physical card market, is that there are so many of these players. But I don't know. That's a really good question, because I think so if it's a rookie and it's one of these ones that's worth thousands of dollars, which is obviously worth more than Top Shot debut, it's an easy answer right now. But I think if you could own the NFT and own the physical card, I think that's the answer. I mean, as much as I hate to say it to a Top Shot audience, but wouldn't it be, I mean, there you get to own the NFT and the physical card. I mean, you could own both if you wanted to. So to me, that's my answer. But who knows, like if the millions and trillions of users come to Top Shot and a Top Shot TSD is worth $300,000 and a rookie card is worth 10,000 or 50,000, then I would say a Top Shot debut. So I think it's very much of again, it's like the recency bias is in full effect. If they're both worth the same thing, though, I like the option that allows me to own both the physical and the digital in that case. So I guess my original answer stands. Ryan says, Top Shot Yoda, I should say, the reason most people hate Web3 is because of its reputation with the masses. Michael Rubin could sell all the gear / merch he wants without legal issue or problem. And Boston Base says, although Panini is still producing cards, not sure when it stops. And Coffee Attack agrees. And Boston Base says the Brogdon reverse dunking on LeBron is pretty dope. Oh, so you tell me we got to go look at the Brogdon moment? Let's do it. We're going to go look at the Brogdon moment. Here we go. Let's look at it. Is it going to play any cool music? Let's see. Nope, it's the same old. Same old. But here we go. Brogdon at the top. Gets the ball back after a near turnover. Fakes the handoff. Boom. Yams it right in LeBron James's outstretched arm. So yeah, that was pretty nice. There you go. That's the slept on rookie Brogdon moment in the rare pack today, which you can get your hands on for $36 is the average sale. $41 is the lowest ask. Let's see how disrespectful the offers are. We have offers. The top offer right now is $37. Alexo is right there trying to get it for $34. Anyone else in the chat trying to get it right now? Let's see. Anybody? No. So there you go. Alexo's got to catch them all. Ryan says, let's say Top Shot has advertising on TV during games in S5. Does it move the needle? I'd like to think it moves the needle. Boston Base bought it for $40. I'd like to think it moves the needle. But I still think, though, that like this big obstacle is exactly what you were saying, which is how the general public are scared of NFTs or they just don't like NFTs. I think that's still a major issue. And so you even with an ad on TV, you still have to overcome that issue. And in my opinion, that's why I wish they could do something that sort of combined the physical. Even if it was something where they don't necessarily have to get into a relationship with a physical card company, even if it's something where they get into a relationship with the team and they give away physical tickets and that's being advertised on TV. Or like, hey, if you complete this challenge and you whatever, I don't know, you can win tickets to the Bucks games and watch Damian Lillard. Ginobili says Boston Base is trying to pump Brogdon for a trade for Drew Holiday. Boston Base says none of this. What I miss? None of this saving $4 bullshit. Oh, talking about the moment. Boston Base is trying to ship Brogdon to Alexo in Portland. Let's see what else. All right, let's see what else we got here. We're at an hour. We're at an hour. I'm less tired than I thought I would be, though. I thought I'd be really tired because, like I told you at the start, my daughter is screaming in my ear multiple times a night. Not a great situation, to be honest. Seattle says, until the market is stable, no one is going to want to collect things that only go down in price every week. Well, I think that's the problem across all NFTs that don't go up in value, isn't it? And we're so connected to the marketplace too, that it's like you can't avoid it. You can't escape it. So that is the gift and the curse of having your moments immediately being able to be listed on a marketplace and immediately seeing what the value of those moments are. So I think that's pretty much it today, guys. But thank you. If you have any last questions, you can throw them in the chat. But thank you to you, Boston Base. Enjoy your new Brogdon moment and your IT moment. Jumpshoot asks, does all the blood in the all-day street scare you that we will see something similar in Top Shot? Well, Jumpshoot, I feel like this is that meme with the guy, the hangman, he's saying first time or like, because we've already seen blood in the streets on Top Shot, on whatever Dapper product and other NFT product for that matter. I've watched my NFTs lose 99% in value. So, am I scared? At this point, I feel like we're weathered soldiers at this point. I don't think there's too much that can happen that's going to scare us. And I think that at least on Top Shot, they're leaning into the burning stuff. I don't know. I'm not that scared, but maybe some of you are. Boston Base says NBA better than NFL. Jumpshoot says thanks, Ginobili, but the art is unreal. The art is unreal. It's so detailed. It's so interesting. What do they say in the show? See, my brain's not working. Thank you. Am I going to do an NBA preview? I hope so, Ryan. I plan to do it. I want to get someone smarter than I am who doesn't mispronounce names. Seattle saying a never-ending nightmare. Well, Seattle, what I'll say to you and anyone like you who might be listening to this is if it feels like a nightmare, then please de-risk a little bit. Hopefully you're just kind of using this area to just kind of vent. But if it really does feel really bad, and for some people it might. And if that's the case, you got to de-risk. You got to treat it as something where it's not going to affect you so much. Because if it does, you're going to have a bad time. NFTs on their surface are very speculative assets, probably some of the most speculative assets that exist. So just keep that in mind. All right. And only spend what you're willing to 10x on, says Boston Base. Top Shot Hotshot says some of the 80 fallout will affect Top Shot. Hopefully not too bad. Epic asks any news or info from team captains. I have not heard any news or info, Epic, but I know that, we were made aware, as far as I know, that, that's what I thought, Seattle's. I don't actually think you're freaking out there watching the show, but, it's kind of a place to vent. I get that. Epic, I know that they reduced the budgets, as of course you would expect would happen. But other than that, I don't really know what's going on. I imagine that there'll still be events. There'll still be things that happen, though. And before I close out the show, I want to say that although he's never been on the show, but his close partner has, J.E. Skeets has been on the show. He's a loyal only tan himself. And Taz Malice of the No Dunks podcast had an accident recently, and he got pretty badly hurt. And so our thoughts are with Taz Malice and his family and the No Dunks crew. And we hope that Taz Malice, we hope that you get well soon, and we see you on those streets very soon. But with that, I bid you all adieu. Thank you for spending some time today. And if you get packs, I hope you rip something good. And until the next week, take care, everybody.
Static Selector.